If you clicked on this video, I assume it's because you want to win a Pokemon tournament. Let me tell you a little bit about my background. Back inside 2017, I remember I just missed qualifying for the World Championships. I had a bit of a heartbreaking season where I was maybe about 50 championship points away from qualifying, and it was a little bit devastating because I really wanted to play. It was out of Anaheim that year. Unfortunately, I just fell short. I was kind of met with a choice where if I'm going to keep on playing this game, I need to do much better or just quit, because why would I do something I'm bad at and continuously put in time into it? That's just the kind of person I am, and if you're watching this video, I assume you're kind of the same, that you want to be good at everything you do. So honestly, I was very tempted to quit, but I remember I looked at myself in the mirror one day whenever I woke up, and I was just like, I don't want to quit. Something in me just told me to keep on going, to pursue this, and I really wanted it. So I had to change something about what I was doing previously. What I was doing previously is just playing Pokemon Showdown. I was playing in-game ladder and just, playing up against friends. And I was just hard stuck inside of the 1300s, which is a very low place on ladder. I'd say whenever you get to like 16, 17, you're starting to get decent at the game. But I was hard stuck in 1400s. It was very, very hard for me to break past that. So while I was looking at myself to the mirror, I decided that I needed to change something inside of my practice routine. This is what I came up with. So the first step of this routine, I want you to open up Pokemon Showdown. For those of you who do not know, Pokemon Showdown is a battle simulator where essentially you can practice up against people without having to breed your Pokemon in game. And it's just you type in a Pokemon and it gives you their sets, it gives you some items, you just click, and then you have Pokemon ready to battle. Now, it's a simulator, so you do not get it in-game, but it's to practice games, and you get the quantity of games up, so you can practice more and more. This resource is also where a lot of top-level players exist. Typically, a lot of players only do their practice on Pokemon Showdown, so you have the majority of playing up against some of the best of the game, meeting some of the best, and just a wider pool of players you can play up against. Next, I want you to open up the Poké Academy Showdown Recording Spreadsheet, PASRS for short. Essentially, it is a Google Sheets sheet that allows you to log your wins and losses, and it gives you really good data as for what you're losing to, what you're leading up against. It's very, very valuable. Back inside of 2017, whenever I won my first regional, I did not have access to a tool like this, so I had to make a very bad version of it myself, and I had no idea how to make spreadsheets. So basically, I would just manually update it, but now it's all automated. So if you type in your Pokemon Showdown paste and your replays, it just extracts all the information and plugs it in the sheet. It's very, very advanced. It's much better than anything I had access to back in the day. Now, once you open up Pokemon Showdown and the recording spreadsheet, what I want you to do is meditate for 5 minutes. I personally am a Christian, so I pray, whatever works for you, whatever you can do to level down your mental state to the present moment right here, right now. This will be very, very valuable for the data you're about to collect. Now, why you want to do this and why you should not skip this is because it literally will define your data, and for the worse if you don't do it. If you skip it, if you start on a negative slant, then that's going to be continued on to your actual results. So you want to start on a neutral slant where you are just in the moment and you are ready to take on these next 50 minutes you're going to allocate. Speaking of which, after you finish that little 5-minute meditation, what I want you to do is set a timer for 50 minutes and do not start it yet. Just set the timer 50 minutes and just set it aside. Next thing I want you to do is open up your favorite Pokemon music. Usually what I do is listen to the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire World Championship theme. So good. That's my personal favorite, but you can do whatever you want. And why you want to get this music in is because you listen to music whenever you're actually playing at a tournament. So this kind of simulates that same exact feel. And if you've ever played at a tournament, you know it's a 50-minute timer, so there's that going for it as well. You notice we're trying to recreate the tournament experience inside of your own home. Once you have the timer set for 50 minutes, you have your music ready to play. You can put it on loop. Honestly, putting on loop is pretty easy, unless you have a playlist of specific bangers you want to listen to. But in general, it doesn't have to be Pokemon music. Once you have your music locked, your 50-minute timer, and you are ready to get into a game, all you need to do is get into a game. Start that timer, and then you will basically try to sit there for 50 minutes and maintain your flow. That is the number one goal of this exercise, where you want to make sure that you are not being distracted by anything else around you. You are not being pulled out of the game and getting angry at the game or the player that gets lucky against you. You are not blaming luck. You are literally just sitting there trying your absolute best to stay focused for that entire 50-minute interval. What does this process look like? What you want to do is get into a game, win or lose that game, and then you want to record that loss on the Poké Academy spreadsheet, and then play another game and record it. Play a game, record it. Keep on doing that until the 50 minutes is up. Whenever it's up, you should have probably about 10, 15 games, and then you have a lot of data as to what you lost to, what you did good, what you did bad, and that is the first step to improving. If you do this every single day, at least one session a day, I can promise that you will eventually make day 2. If you keep on trying, you will eventually get it. If you really want it, if you're hungry for it, you'll eventually make day 2, if not win your next regional. Why this is because not everyone does this. It's such a simple trick, but it's very, very tedious, takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of work, and not a lot of people want to do that. A lot of people are looking for shortcuts. That's just the truth. You know, it's like, it's not a problem, but that's just the truth of what we live in. A lot of people don't want to do it diligently. They don't want to do it slowly, one step at a time. A lot of people like to cut corners so you can take advantage of that and then use this as a way to get ahead on the competition. Now, I want you to pause this video and do those 50 minutes. Whenever you're done, you can unpause the video and continue watching. All right, so I'm assuming you have already done the 50-minute exercise by this point if you're watching this part of the video right now. So now the next question is, what do I look for? So in general, inside of Pokemon, there's 3 reasons why any given person loses a game. Number 1 is there's a team issue. This might be an issue of your team itself. It may be fatally flawed. Maybe you played against a specific match at multiple times and you literally could not break it no matter what you did. That, I would say, would be a team issue. Number 2 would be a lead issue. A lead issue is whenever you lead improperly and you start the game off inside of a very negative slant and you have to claw your way back to even have a chance of winning. You want to avoid that. And if that could have been avoided by leading differently, do that. Number 3 is a playing issue or a skill issue. Basically, you just got outplayed. Someone else just called you, they just read you every single turn, or maybe they read you on the turns that it mattered and you just got skill gapped. And that just happens sometimes, but that's a vector that you will need to improve upon if that is the case, because the worst thing you can do as a player is just accept that, oh, well, they won a 50-50, like, they just called me, you know, it's just unlucky. Reading is a part of the game, like, straight up. Like, a lot of people like to say, like, oh, my opponent won all 50-50s, or, you know, any of that, but there is a level of skill to it, because certain players are very, very good at getting 50-50s right. Hence, Emilio Forbes, for example. Whenever I see him on stream, he almost always gets the 50-50 right. And if it's really a 50-50, he should be losing a lot of them, because it's not about luck, but it's some level of skill that goes on in the back of your head where it's like, you think that they're going to do this. And someone might say the options are equally as valid, but your opponent can only click one, so you just have to kind of call them. To sum it up, the 3 reasons why you lose your games are because you are leading improperly, your team is fatally flawed, or you are playing improperly. If you can fix either of those 3 and identify which one of those 3 are the reasons why you lost, you will be on the first step for improving. Now, let's talk about why this exercise is so good. The first reason why this exercise is so good is because it mimics real-life tournaments with that 50-minute timer. For those of you who do not know, if you play inside of a tournament, you have 50 minutes for each round. A round cannot go over 50 minutes, or if it does, you're put on a timer, and eventually a judge will come by and they'll just be like, hey, why is your game taking so long? So it's going to be around that 50-minute window of time. So by setting a timer for 50 minutes, you're training your brain to get used to staying inside the flow state for that long. The second reason why this sheet is so good is because the meditation you do, the 5-minute one that you did not skip, increases the odds of you getting better results in your data. What I mean by this is if you start the game inside of a really tilted mind state, or you're very mad and you're trying to play Pokemon to decompress, which, by the way, do not play Pokemon to decompress, one of the worst decompressing games. I'm just gonna let you know that because you will just end up getting more mad. It never works. I'm speaking from experience here, by the way. If you hopped on ladder and you're inside of a clear mental state, then you will be much more likely to have results that are similar to you whenever you're on competition day, whenever you have a level head and you are just performing. It's just a matter of performing under pressure. So if you can mimic that pressure and then try to absorb it inside the present moment, you will get much better data out of this. And the third and final reason why this exercise is so valuable is because you get data as to what exactly you lost to, what you're bringing, what you're leading with, and it can chop it down into bite-sized pieces so you can see specific bits of information that you need to improve upon. Once you have this data, you can get a general sense for how you can improve. Now, if you're having difficulties pinpointing down exactly what you need to do to improve, we go over this in BGC Corner and I can help work with you directly to solve that. So the goals of this exercise are as follows. Number 1, maintain flow for 50 minutes. Number 2, climb ladder with a higher rating than you had when you started. Number 3, identify why and how you are losing games. Look for trends. Like I said, if you do this routine every single day, you will be on a path to making day 2 if not winning your next event. This is true because of the simple reason that 99% of players do not do this. So if you can separate yourself from the 99 inside of any way possible, this is a great way to do so. Now, I'm sure as people become more optimal and people get better at the game, this will become the standard, but take advantage of the fact that people are not doing this right now. That's all we have for you. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. Also leave a like because it lets us know that we can produce more content like this so that you can enjoy it. Toodaloo!